生的机会。
The real story of this chapter is not that Luo Feng is hiding. It's why East Emperor is willing to turn Flame Ice region into a permanent prison for just one person. That desperation starts inside East Emperor universe. From high above, a cluster of palaces atop mountains, divided into 9 areas looks like a gigantic beast exuding malice. This is where North True Star, Master, lives with a large number of undying servants and disciples who came seeking advice. In the main hall, his avatar sits elevated, drooping eyelids lecturing on the laws, path to almost 100 universe knights, who dare not be distracted. Then he abruptly stops. The knights beneath are shocked. Hey! Looking up with doubtful expressions, he commands, "We will stop here for now. All of you take your leave." Although confused, they obey reverently. Yes, teacher, and leave together, leaving only North True high up. That abrupt ending only makes sense because of who arrives next. Ancestor! North True shouts respectfully. A figure radiating faint green light appears, changing the space so no one outside can see inside or discover anything. East Emperor Ancestor. His voice rumbles, asking if North True, ordered to bring 10 Universe Masters to guard Flame Ice region, happened to chance upon Milky Way Horde leader Luo Feng. North True's answer reveals how long and how tight this hunt has been. He bows and says since the inheritance ended and Blue Blood Knight and the rest failed, he acted according to orders and stayed at Flame Ice region, never neglectful for a moment. With the boat of Mausoleum as anchor point, every route from all directions is watched every moment. No matter how powerful Luo Feng is, he should not be able to sneak away, yet after so long there is no trace. He has not come out. East Emperor Ancestor's reply shows he is thinking one level deeper than a simple escape. Do not lose vigilance. Maybe there were other Universe Masters who helped him escape. North True has considered that exact possibility, hiding within world rings. Other great beings carry then. Leaving secretly is definitely possible. Yet personal investigation showed any beings from other regions who tried to go near the boat's surroundings were all stopped short. So far, they have blocked 39 Universe Masters and 2 Universe Supreme Masters. Their clan is powerful. A face-off would not end well. So until today, no one has dared forcibly barge in. No one dared go in, so no one could have taken Luo Feng away. True. The Ancestor nods with satisfaction. We must catch Luo Feng. He has the inheritance of the pulse of Duan Dong River. It is extremely important. Catch him, no matter what price we have to pay. Understood, North True replies with respect. That phrase, no matter what price, only makes sense when you understand why almost. 100 Universe Masters. Dying is not beyond reason for them. There is a limit to the number of Universe Masters East Emperor Holy Land Universe can accommodate, and it has existed far too long and accumulated a large batch of expectant Universe Masters. Blue Blood Knight was one such expectant. Once another is annihilated, another batch will quickly make a breakthrough. To the high and mighty Ancestor, who is clear on what Duan Dong River's inheritance means. Just a small portion translates to infinite uses. That willingness to pay any price is visible deep within Universe Boat's internal domain, in the vast Flame Ice region, where not a single great being is around the boat of Mausoleum itself. North True and 10 other Universe Masters are scattered in hiding places, keeping close. Watch over designated regions. Their token conversation reveals how unusual this mission is. Ancestor just came looking for me, North True notifies. Again? During our time of standing guard, Ancestor has looked you up thrice. North True. Seems Ancestor places much importance on this inheritance. Throughout my entire life's journey, I have never seen him get so uptight over anything before, and here is why that nervousness is justified. How can they not treat this with reverence? All 10 are definitely ranked. Within top 20 in East, Emperor Holy Land. Out of 10, 3 already had Supreme True treasures. But now Ancestor has specially taken out 7 Supreme True treasures from accumulated. Treasures collected over untold years just for them. Now North True and the 10 each holds a Supreme True treasure. Throughout Universe Ocean, only Purple Moon Holy Land and our clan can achieve this. And for Purple Moon to take out so many would require utmost effort. Even for our clan, this was an extremely heavy burden. That burden is the point. We all have a Supreme True treasure. When confronted by a Universe Supreme Master, we shall have no fear. Just one Luo Feng? Besides, North True only requires a fleeting Moment to break free from the reins of universe, laws, and speedily catch up. North. True is the true principal force this time around. All hold high social statuses, usually on equal standing even when conversing with supreme masters. Yet these top-tiered elites are stationed in endless waiting just to apprehend a single Luo Feng. That shows how determined East Emperor Ancestor is. While that unprecedented blockade of 10 supreme treasure holders waits outside, Luo Feng's focus inside the boat is on a completely different problem. One that explains why the inheritance is worth that price. In the cultivation space within the inheritance space, sitting cross-legged on a grass patch, he feels the long course of cultivation. Experiencing the long course of cultivation. Oh, how long it was. The lost knowledge created by 3 generations of ancestors is all the more profound beyond comparison. I can't stay here all the time. He opens his eyes with a slight frown. I still have to create my blade technique and complete several other tasks. And apparently now I feel that my law comprehension is simply too weak. This is his real bottleneck. The laws are one of his shortcomings. As he needs that pair of white wings to recognize him as master, Golden Beast Path is stuck close to completion of its 7th form, remaining stagnant as he does not dare continue cultivating it. Without truly comprehending Golden Space Law prior to studying secret techniques, there would be a blemish affecting progress. And as studies get more profound, this influence becomes more apparent. That is why his next move is not more study but leaving. I must get out of here as fast as I can. I must get that pair of white wings as early as I can. Then I must cultivate Golden Space Path right away. First and foremost, I must break through to a universe master first. Breaking through is not just about rank. Upon breaking through, godly power changes. Godly power represents the body. It also represents the soul. When soul and consciousness become stronger, it is helpful in cultivation. And after laws are complete, studying techniques gets much easier. Moreover, he also plans to comprehend all 10 fundamental laws: gold, wood, fire, earth, wind, lightning, light, time, and space. His goals are far-sighted and plans extensive, so he must improve fast. But it is more advisable to seize that pair of white wings to achieve a breakthrough prior to further actions. He already has a plan for safety. As for the boat of mausoleum and the space of inheritance, I shall just bring everything along with me. When I return to the primal universe, I shall leave the boat of mausoleum and space of inheritance within my god country. That is the safest place. Given my current combat ability, my earthling original body can unleash a 5th stage top-tiered power. As for the endless remote ocean, even if I rely on Duan Mi, synonymous with annihilation, to boost the burning up my godly power, given the vastness of the endless remote ocean, the burning of godly power would not mean much even for a universe supreme master. It would be possible for him to fight his way out. He is very confident because he has a precedent. 9 Remoteness Master is a universe master, but relying on 9 Remoteness Ocean fears no universe supreme master. Luo Feng, although godly power is weaker by a notch, has blade techniques comparable to beginner level of a universe supreme master, making up for the difference. Also, Duan Mi makes it possible to unleash an extraordinary outburst that could even become overkill. This is merely the ability of the impressive remote ocean. After all, if his earthling original body and golden-horned beast body were to make use of Duan Mi, their godly bodies would be consumed too fast, which is why he would not use it readily. And this is where East Emperor's desperation becomes easier to understand. Before leaving, Luo Feng takes one step out and passes the entrance to arrive within the space where there are various planes of treasures. Treasures! He raises his head. Surrounded by void space, a towering treasure mountain stands before him. At the top, dazzling, brilliant streams shoot into the sky, all radiating boundless power. Every stream is strong enough to send tremors through his mind. It is as if hundreds of universe supreme masters were self-destructing. A landslide of power. A total of 322 precious treasures. He holds his breath. Generations of Duan Dong River, accumulating for countless years to finally reach a collection of 322 precious treasures. What a pity that I can only choose one, and this must be returned while I am still alive. This is the rule generations have followed. Usually they take one piece. For those more powerful with greater achievements, They might return 2 or 3 pieces even though they only took 1. Considered contribution to the pulse, all automatically recorded on the stone tablet of that treasure mountain. All these treasures have a special name in the ancient civilization, the Meta-Embryo, and this name explains why East Emperor wants them. Meta holds a highly respected meaning, top-tiered grade. Embryo means growing fetus. For a great being, different treasures are needed at different times. An undying with a supreme true treasure is useless because he is unable to use it at his level. Even though true treasures might have emerged to full form, there is no way a great being could use them all the time. That is where Meta-Embryo came about. Its real advantage is that it grows with its owner. It is a unique treasure yet to take full form, so even undying fighters can start using it. Anyone can incorporate personal comprehensions of secret techniques into it as more secret engravings. For instance, Star Tower is extensively infused with layers, but Meta-Embryo is blank and empty. Yet merely relying on its basic power, it is already extremely strong. A user can continuously infuse engravings just like refining a true treasure. It is easy to infuse. For example, earlier Luo Feng created 3 great blade techniques: Foggy Light Void Space, Golden Universe, and Nirvana Renaissance. Of these, Nirvana Renaissance reached the level of a Universe Supreme Master. Even for Luo Feng, he must be fully focused to sketch such incomparably massive engravings and execute it. The moment these engravings are all infused into the Meta-Embryo, there is only need to drive it to execute. Using the Meta-Embryo, even while manipulating other true treasures, in battle is not a concern, and Nirvana Renaissance could ride on the power of the Meta-Embryo to execute even greater force. This is the Meta-Embryo, capable of continuous growth. As it gets more powerful, more important engravings can be further integrated. And while growing, it can accompany an expectant great being, until that being matured to the most pinnacle level of the ancient civilization. At that time, the Meta-Embryo would also mature into a frightening top-tiered treasure. I can only choose 1 piece. What should I choose? How about the Blade Embryo? He looks at the treasure mountain and heartily wishes he was allowed to take a few more pieces. The Mountain of Valuables was built by the 3 ancestral teachers with many restrictions. Each inheritor owns a mark of inheritance, which is why they can take an embryo. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to. The traces of light there are so powerful they could instantly kill Universe Supreme Masters. But with the special constraints, each embryo is suppressed. Without that suppression, no one could walk on it at all. What Luo Feng is looking at when he walks and says, "Zeze," is not a pile of weapons. It is a complete system of the ancient civilization. That is why it contains such different paths. Some embryos compensate for weakness in laws entirely. There is an oval fortress as large as Universe Boat, with 18 levels of attack units, whose engravings are blank and require users to fill. Even someone less strong in laws and techniques can kill enemies with these machines. There is a giant human-shaped machine that can be used as armor, as a mech or a puppet, with different uses depending on how it is. Reconstructed because the components inside have no engravings and can be reconstructed many ways. There is a special boat that is actually a world of manufacturing, containing lots of conditions for making true treasures. Other embryos create armies. There is a golden embryo, Shemu embryo, weak at the beginning, yet with great potential. When cultivated, it could follow the path of the bug race to have a huge army, or follow the elite path. Either way, it is much better than the bug clan queen. This variety makes sense when you understand how the ancient civilization divided techniques into close combat, distant attacks, automaton, valuables making, and miscellaneous, where the first 4 were mainstream and the 5th was a combination of all special techniques. Each category had many branches. Close combat and distant attacks were extremely complicated. Automation alone had Sea of Machines techniques, original body techniques, fortress techniques, and 72 types of embryos. No wonder automation was so popular, Luo Feng thinks, tempted. This is too powerful, yet he can only choose one. That limitation forces a choice that defines his future path, and his choice tells us why he is different. Among the options, the real reason Blood Shadow matters is not simply that it is powerful. It is that Luo Feng has finally found a weapon designed to grow. With the fighter he is becoming, there were 3 blade embryos, one broad, one thin, yet one that looks just like his old blood shadow blade, but with a larger handle so he can grab it with both hands. The more he looks at it, the more he fancies it. It is enormous, even plugged inside the mountainside. It is as tall as the entire mountain, with gleaming light and exquisite shape. It is not the fortress that could destroy fleets, not the manufacturing world that could make true treasures, not the army embryo that could replace a bug queen. He chooses the blade because his entire combat path has always been built around close-range blade techniques. He has used lots of blades growing up, changing them as his power grew. But now he needs one he will use forever. The moment he touches it, that choice is sealed. A film shows up. Countless law engravings start to flow, much more complicated than what he saw in the iceberg. Hong! The entire mountain trembles, corners glow, engravings shine with the film. The inheritance mark between his eyebrows resonates with it. Then films and light disappear, and his life mark is branded on the giant blade. This blade embryo might be with me forever, until I reach the top or until I die. He strokes it and names it Blood Shadow, with simple Chinese characters on the blade. Finally, a blade he will use forever. Its power shows why these embryos are considered superior to finished treasures. Blood Shadow is so powerful he can't even measure it. He thinks he might as well not take it out if he doesn't want to kill enemies. It can already crack space without being driven by any techniques or godly power, and already rivals the power of a 5th-level top-tier universe master. Even supreme true treasures couldn't be this powerful without being driven. It is a valuable superior to supreme true treasures, and there is only one level of engraving on it. That superiority explains a question he asks himself. Former generations, even if you despise supreme true treasures, you can at least put some in the space of inheritance. Other than embryos, there isn't a single supreme true treasure. The stones of memories have clear records. Each generation only left an embryo. As for other true treasures and skills, they need to be fought for by following generations. Juniors need to fight to grow. They can't do so if they only depend on valuables left by seniors. That philosophy explains his next assessment as his silver-armored form leaves the space of valuables and enters the main area, standing in the sky. Come. He waves his hands and a trace of light flies toward him, an octagon token, the control center of Boat of Mausoleum. He easily controls it and ranks what he owns. Space of Inheritance and Blood Shadow Blade are most precious, followed by Star Tower and Shiwu Wing, then Boat of Mausoleum. His reasoning is that the former generations didn't leave. Machines in the inheritance space. However, Boat of Mausoleum is a machine, and Shiwu Wings are a machine as well. Boat is not very powerful, yet he can control some dangerous components inside. So it is definitely a machine. Shiwu Wing is an original body fighting machine that usually just helps its user. It would only be a mere true treasure if it didn't have an origin. The origin is like an engine, and godly power is transformed into terrific energies through the origin, let out through the wings. That ranking matters because he is about to face the blockade. In Flame Ice region, the boat floating in the sky immediately disappears. A silver-armored and silver-booted man carrying a stone blade appears. Teacher Primal Chaos City. Leader said both Eastern Emperor, Holy Land and Purple Moon, Holy Land, have great beings hidden here to catch the inheritor. However, he is not afraid now. He hopes they leave him no choice but to use Blood Shadow Blade. He waves his hands. A bloody tower shows up, Star Tower, goes into it and flies away. He made Nirvana Renaissance, and it has the power of 5th level Universe Master with Crazy Demon Extermination Godly Armor if he uses Blood Shadow Blade, which is superior to Supreme True Treasures. Although he can't fight Universe Supreme Masters now, they can't kill him. Once he becomes a Universe Master and has more godly power, he would be the most terrific Universe Master in the history of Universe. Ocean. Universe Masters only had 6 levels before. However, Luo Feng might be at 7th or even 8th level. A group of super great beings with North True Star. Master as leader had been keeping close watch over East Emperor Holy Land side. No one dared to relax because even without using other detection, they could see the Boat of Mausoleum far away with naked eyes. Then someone shouts, the Boat of Mausoleum has disappeared. Another says it was here just a moment ago, and now it suddenly disappeared. North True and the other 10 Universe Masters go on high alert. They hurry and say Milky Way Horde leader Luo Feng must have acted Watch every single corner. Do not let him get away. From their position, they could see a big object like the boat without visual aids. But Luo Feng is now in his Crimson Tower, which is extremely small. So small, impossible for human eye to detect. For their other detection methods, they had not dared to use them to cover any region within the boat before, because they were all afraid of incurring the wrath of Duan Dong River. North True tenses up and orders everyone to keep eyes open, cannot be least bit careless. The moment anyone discovers any palace-type true treasure or any flying objects, you have to stop them. Do not ever let Luo Feng escape. One by one, Universe Masters reply understood. North True shouts Ancestor has reminded countless times. This matter is of utmost importance. And at domains even further out from peripheral area, other groups from Purple Moon, Holy Land, and First Reincarnation era are all laying ambush. Everyone wants to be the one to catch hold of that air, so must be careful not to let other groups gain advantage. Someone says North True. We all have supreme true treasures throughout Flame Ice region. None of other groups as well equipped as us. How are they going to fight us? All were triggered with same discovery. The lofty boat of mausoleum that was suspended in mid-air had suddenly disappeared. Not only East Emperor realized, but one by one other groups from Purple Moon Holy Land and First Reincarnation era, even various other groups waiting in ambush further away, started to realize what happened. The groups that were originally as peaceful, as calm waters were at that moment all starting to stir with excitement, like bubbling water about to reach boiling point. They think boat has disappeared. Air is about to appear. This is our clan's final hope of transcending reincarnation. Catch that air. No matter how great potential this air has, no matter how big threat he is, just like any great being who wants to grow up needs time, even if this heir received inheritance, there is no way his power can improve by leaps and bounds in short time. Once Doomsday arrives, all of Clan will be exterminated. In face of Doomsday, nothing else matters. No need to bother whether up against East Emperor or Purple Moon. Holy Land Universe, so what? Just grab it. This is our final hope. First True Master, third, fourth, fifth, sixth True Master of Divine Eye Clan look at one another. Since competition for inheritance began, 2 from their group had been annihilated. Now only 5 True Masters left in whole Divine Eye Clan. And this time, for sake of catching air, all 5 gathered. However, gathering too many gifted. Talents in same place and at same time could bring devastating results. Already suffered great loss. Divine Eye Clan was careful to maintain low profile this time around. They decide let's lay low and watch first. Just let Purple Moon and East Emperor battle it out. And other groups from First Reincarnation era. Fight for air is not that simple. True, to be able to receive inheritance from Pulse of Duan Dong River, that heir must have great survival means. To catch hold of him is not easy. So they think observe situation first and find perfect opportunity, then all 5 will act together. With combined power catch air in one swift move. 5 pairs of eyes ignited with blazing light. This will be battle major enough to change their destiny. At one point, entire flame. Ice region was raging like storm with various groups laying ambush. Among them, majority did not even know who air was. But that did not matter. All they wanted was to catch that air. If Blue Blood Knight is one appearing, then catch Blue Blood Knight. If Milky Way Luo Feng appears, catch Luo Feng. This was everyone's plan. Luo Feng long knew that a gigantic net was laid to ambush him moment he made his way out into outside world. His human race had warned him in advance and told him to stay inside. Boat for time being if he did not have confidence of surviving. But Luo Feng had skills and guts. So filled with confidence, gigantic net or not, I will break through it all. The Crimson Tower transforms into stream of light and advances at high speed. The miniature Crimson Tower was so tiny that it could easily escape naked eye. Miya Master from East Emperor Holy Land immediately transmits his sighting to others. This flying palace, I discovered flying palace. It is that Crimson Tower, it's Luo Feng's. He is heading toward my region now. North True is greatly delighted and immediately replies, Miya, I am rushing over now. Miya also transforms into streak of light without further delay and advances along same route to welcome oncoming tower. Hong hong hong. North True manipulates his supreme true treasure and advances at speed so fast it exceeds limit of universe laws. Acceleration was 1,000 times light speed. then increased to 10,000 times, then up to 100,000 times. In split second, it soars all the way up. And yet Luo Feng merely maintains speed at 100 times light speed. Mia had yet to meet up with Luo Feng. North True had already arrived. This shows North True is burning huge power to catch a tiny target while Luo Feng saves power. A voice transmits to Crimson Tower right away. Milky Way Horde leader, how about making trip to my holy land with me? East Emperor Ancestor will be most pleased to meet you. Within control room inside Crimson Tower, Luo Feng stands with stone blade on back. As his gaze penetrates through obstruction posed by walls of Star Tower to look at outside world, he whispers East Emperor Holy Land, truly worthy of being top power, still first to act. That must be North True Star Master. I heard he has been obstructing various other groups within Boat for quite some time. He communicates right away via voice transmission, North True Star Master. I have some urgent matters to tend to back at Original Universe. After I am back from there, I will make way to East Emperor Holy Land. It won't be too long at all. What do you think of my suggestion? Seems like even to my Holy Land Ancestor, Milky Way Horde leader not intending to show due respect, North True says politely, even though sneering inside. Return to Original Universe? If Luo Feng truly sets foot in Original Universe, all other parties would not be able to enter. Then it would become impossible to catch him. Luo Feng says is this way East Emperor invites guests, by forcing invitation upon them, still very composed and confident. North True says, then blame me not. North True manipulates that gigantic black polyhedral sphere and parks it at spot above Crimson Tower. Then one of surfaces of gigantic black sphere suddenly cracks open to reveal large, empty hole. Incredibly strong suction force acts and pulls on Star Tower without warning, attempting to forcibly suck Star Tower into hole. He tries to keep it and manipulates to very best of his abilities. The Crimson Tower under attack of suction force suddenly vanishes into thin air. In its place was even smaller boat of mausoleum. A moment prior, when Luo Feng met with attack of suction force, he was unwilling to put Star Tower at any risk. Even though Star Tower was supreme true, treasure and should have been competent enough to ward off such attacks. Star Tower required his godly power to activate it. With gigantic net that was set outside to besiege him, relying on Star Tower alone might be too tiring, whereas with automaton type like Boat of Mausoleum, things would be much easier. The boat had also been remodeled by Duan Dong River. Regardless of what supreme true treasure was used, trying to take it down by force was out of question. Also, it only required little consumption of Luo Feng's godly power. Then he could use various energies from boat to activate it. Everything simple, yet power he could execute strong. North True looks down and sees vessel appearing. His expression changes instantly. This was special boat that had undergone Duan Dong River's remodeling, and it was where Divine Eye Clan's 2nd True Master and 7th True Master had met their ends. He tries best to make use of suction force of his supreme true treasure to take boat into captivity, but suction force was useless, whereas boat starts to expand with rumble and grows insanely big. Previously, boat was size of a fist, but in blink of eye, it becomes massive vessel, around 100 billion kilometers long. And this massive boat starts to take flight, advancing in mighty manner, paying no heed and showing no response to suction power North True executing over it. This is why size matters, but type matters more. Not good, North True aware impossible to try to consume boat with suction power, says block him. He continues to manipulate gigantic black sphere and rams into boat with thunderous boom. How fast was he flying that black sphere? Boat merely maintaining speed at 100 times light speed, no way could evade collision. Like Mars hitting Earth, this gigantic black sphere crashes straight into boat. Bang. Boat merely gives slight tremor. Then impact entirely diminished as it continues advance in mighty manner. Can't be stopped, North True getting very distressed. This Luo Feng is using his godly power to drive that boat. How can he be so powerful? The reason his boat is automaton type. To activate and drive it, part requires godly power. Other part depends on power of boat itself. Furthermore, this boat had been remodeled. Regardless of aspect, be it defense, strength of impact, flight, etc., It was much more powerful than ordinary boat by 10 times or even 100 times. If ordinary boat considered normal boat, then vessel remodeled by Duan Dong River himself would be considered universe planet ship. Naturally, it was on different level, not same scale of comparison. North True Star Master, let me stop him. Mia Master had now made way over. Hurry, hurry, trap him! North True says, go. A massive purple light immediately slices across sky and starts to expand. It continuously expands as it envelops boat from behind. This massive purple light was in fact supreme true treasure in form of strange and special web, specially designed to restrain and entrap enemies. Mia Master was trying his best to keep situation under control, trying to bind. Yet regardless of how purple web tries to bind and restrain, block and obstruct, boat continues advancing mightily. Purple web only cover over its surface like decorative layer of cloth, does not have any influence over boat whatsoever. This shows web covering boat is not same as restraining it. It cannot meaningfully change vessel's movement, because remodeled boat functions on entirely different level, making conventional containment almost meaningless. Can't stop him. Mia's anxiety reaches new high. Then just attack, even North True getting fidgety. Suction not working, resistance not working. Neither Supreme True Treasure used to bind and trap enemies. How else could they stop Luo Feng? This boat can completely block off all forms of godly power. North True in great distress now immediately transforms into dazzling streak of light. Massive arc-like light viciously strikes boat, which merely gives slight tremor response. Thereafter, as though nothing happened, continues advancing mightily. Useless North True glares after it, even material attacks are pointless. Any and every method was futile against boat. Attempting to trap it would be asking for impossible. There was no trace of sentimental attachment displayed by boat. It continues, advancing at high speed, making its way far into distance. And in distance there was large crowd of super beings from Purple Moon Holy Land and First Reincarnation Era. Luo Feng says, haha, this boat very powerful indeed. Maybe I should just drive it like this, recklessly and haphazardly, and barge out of universe boat. Luo Feng was carefree and at ease, disregarding all supreme true treasures and universe supreme masters in his path and moving ahead. With such reckless behavior, this feeling certainly refreshing. It was charm of automaton-type true treasure. The massive boat of Mausoleum advanced mightily. It was unstoppable. Mia Master asks North True via voice transmission, what should we do if we still don't stop him and let him advance further? He will soon go beyond our area of control. In peripheral region, there is Purple Moon Holy Land and groups from First Reincarnation Era. Such a large group of super great beings out there. Even 20 to 30 odd universe supreme beings present. North True says I know, and he is also very anxious. He understands the situation. Luo Feng might be an heir, but groups from Universe Ocean honestly do not fear this heir, without even considering First Reincarnation Era who do not fear their quickly approaching doomsday and are capable of doing anything. Just these two Holy Land universes, with commands given by their two great ancestors, are naturally even more fearless. This time, East Emperor Holy Land was relying on quantity of supreme true treasures it had and relying on fact that other groups were not united, and this was within innermost control region. There were other reasons, of course, why other groups were willing to stay on periphery. Other than lack of unity and strength, more important reason was they did not believe an heir of Duan Dong River pulse could be so easily apprehended. At most, if they saw situation unfavorable, they would charge forward with brute force. North True is anxious and frustrated, racking brains thinking of ways to stop Luo Feng or trap him. He stands within void space, and with a sudden wave, the gigantic polyhedral black sphere instantly transforms into dazzling ray of black light. As it continues flying, the black light ray grows thicker and larger. In terms of physical size, it is bigger than the boat of Mausoleum. Soon after, a loud rumble is heard as ray of black light crashes straight into boat. Boat trembles but not least bit damaged. This shows even when North True makes his treasure bigger than the boat itself, impact alone cannot damage a vessel that was remodeled by Duan Dong River. In his anxiety, North True's avatar in Holy Land Universe asks East Emperor Ancestor for help right away. He says Ancestor, Milky Way Horde leader Luo Feng is driving boat out, but we are unable to stop him. Even supreme true treasures are useless. What should we do now? East Emperor Ancestor appears out of nowhere and asks, can't apprehend him. Can't stop him? North True replies, no way at all. This boat is much more powerful than one they obtained previously. After Duan Dong River remodeled it, this boat is extraordinary, no matter what method we try. Nabbing, entrapping, bounding, or even soul attacks and material attacks, all means are to no avail. East Emperor Ancestor is frustrated too. This time, he had sent out a team of top 10 best 6th-tier universe masters to support North True, and even gave North True several supreme true treasures. Even if enemy had a supreme true treasure palace, by right North True should be able to entrap him without much difficulty. He says Duan Dong River's reputation is well earned, and orders North True to keep following Luo Feng. Make sure have him in sight at all times. This time not only us, Purple Moon is also after him, especially lunatics from First Reincarnation era who are willing to do anything. You should make sure you follow him close enough and wait for chance to strike. Once perfect opportunity arrives, snatch it from Luo Feng. North True is very worried and asks, what if I fail to snatch it away? What a joke. More than half of Universe Supreme Masters from First Reincarnation era. Handful from Second Reincarnation era. And probably 1 or 2 from Primal Universe had turned up to lay ambush. This area alone had 20 to 30 Universe Supreme Masters, not to mention number of Universe Masters, which was similar to that of Supreme Masters. It was chaotic to a certain degree, and regardless how formidable he was, it worried him that he might not be able to catch Luo Feng. East Emperor Ancestor hesitates for a while, then gives secret orders. You will do this. After finishing listening, North True is in great shock, saying this is too much, in disbelief. Ancestor says just do as I say. North True replies deferentially, yes. But in heart, he is mumbling complaints, thinking Luo Feng is certainly one lucky fellow. This shows East Emperor is shifting from direct capture to shadowing and waiting, and has a backup plan if snatching fails. Flame Ice region. Because it was where an heir of Duan Dong River from ancient civilization emerged, therefore it became region where great number of great beings from universe. Ocean gathered. Someone shouts it's the boat. Air is driving boat out now. East Emperor Holy Land did not manage to catch or stop it. Our chance is here, action time. In external domain, Purple Moon. Holy Land alone was not enough to fully control situation, and various groups from First Reincarnation era were so anxious, they could not hold back at all. One by one, Universe Supreme Masters launch attacks right away. Up in midair, streams of powerful yet terrifying attacks are launched so extensively they could easily contort and shatter entire space. Some try in vain to swallow boat, some directly throw attacks to create commotion. The more chaotic it was, the higher chances weaker ones had to fish in troubled waters. Boat vibrates and trembles repeatedly. A gigantic beast that was longer than 1 light year comes roaring by. Its huge, scaly wings outspread, its mouth opens to reveal bottomless black hole. In one gulp, it devours boat. Almost instantly, total of 9 supreme true treasures crash and ram into that gigantic beast, causing it to tremble and quiver, then collapse and disintegrate. From afar, Divine Eye Clan's 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th true masters look furious. Earlier, they had waited for right opportunity to strike, and when they saw boat seemingly losing control over its ability of flight upon being continuously attacked by various parties, they took immediate action, forming eternal true god beast and devouring boat in one mouthful. A huge skeleton seated on faraway white throne lets out hoarse shout. You idiots from Divine Eye Clan, thinking of seizing heir of Duan Dong River Pulse in your dreams. My skeleton clan had our eyes on you long ago. 5 true masters of Divine Eye Clan get even more furious. Divine Eye Clan from First Reincarnation era and Skeleton Clan were formidable clans. When they were still living in Primal Universe, Skeleton Clan was once rampant throughout universe, defeating other clans and groups one after another, their arrogance beyond words. But after emergence of Divine Eye Clan, they quickly suppressed Skeleton Clan. Since then, Skeleton Clan had been kept under suppression. Two clans had fought one another for almost 3 reincarnation eras. Previously, when 7 true masters joined forces, their concerted efforts brought about complete suppression of Skeleton Clan, but now with 2 fewer true masters. When 2 clans face one another in battles, it is virtually effortless for Skeleton Clan. This rivalry explains why Skeleton immediately breaks Divine Eye's beast. Luo Feng thinks what a bunch of lunatics, being devoured in one mouthful by that gigantic beast earlier had certainly dealt him good shock. He had been prepared to manipulate Boat into high acceleration to blast Beast into bits. But at that moment, other Universe Supreme Masters rained attacks on Beast, causing it to break and fall apart. Within just 10 seconds, 16 Supreme True Treasures were attacking me. Luo Feng is also thunderstruck while in Control Hall of Boat. He expected to find himself within inescapable dragnet, yet it was still shocked to fall within one. After all, prior to attacks, Universe Supreme Masters were still quite distance away. And under normal circumstances, Universe Supreme Masters would not stoop so low as to fight against those below them in terms of social status. Only time this happened was when Virtual Real Devil God wanted to exterminate him. But his attacks had been warded off when Double-Face Ancestral God intervened. Virtual Real Devil God had not looked upon Luo Feng as worthy opponent in first place. Dealing with Luo Feng was minor matter, or probably just matter of convenience. This time it was different. More than half of Universe Supreme Masters from First, Reincarnation Era and other Universe Supreme Masters had all made him their target, and all were going crazy trying to seize him. Hong, long, awu, roar, all kinds of noises resound. Be it palace type, supreme, true treasure, or spiritual force, weapon type, or close combat type, one after another they all fall onto Boat. This was great. Eye-opener for Luo Feng. All supreme true treasures of entire universe ocean added up was, in fact, quite sorry amount. Normally supreme treasures owned by Universe Supreme Masters, and that very day almost 1/3 of total number of Universe Supreme Masters were gathered at same place, trying to seize Luo Feng. He realizes it's not working out. I cannot move this boat at all. There isn't even scratch to be found on Boat, much less crack. It continues flying ahead. We cannot even get it to stop. All Universe Supreme Masters first enter state of frenzy. Soon realization dawns upon them how terrifying Boat is. Even major clans who initially wreaked havoc on purpose because they were afraid other groups would successfully seize Hair did not dare create more trouble. Similar to how gigantic Beast by Divine Eye clan had been attacked until it crumbled moment it was formed. Various groups now seem to have tacit understanding that no one should start creating trouble. Suddenly there is surge of powerful attacks. Someone says, I don't believe that with so many great beings around, a single boat cannot be taken down. Now that Skeleton Clan is not creating more trouble, we should act quickly. There is frightening outburst of attacks. 3 lofty huge golden fingers appear out of thin air and immediately grab onto Boat, but to no avail. Boat continues flying ahead as it forcibly pulls 3 huge golden fingers along with it. The gigantic beast of Divine Eye clan appears once again to bite Boat, yet Boat continues flying ahead. Driving force of flight so powerful it could force gigantic beast to fly along with it. And as it flies, it is continuously expanding at same time. That very moment, Universe Supreme Masters from various groups are getting anxious, and everyone starts attacking in attempt to break apart that beast. How could driving force of flight of that boat be so powerful? Even for Palace-type Supreme True Treasure, while it can block off attacks from various parties, most it could do while warding off attacks would be to remain unmoving at its spot. But this boat is able to continue flying. Its flying power is even more powerful than total binding force of 10 Supreme True Treasures put together. Joint efforts are futile. It cannot be stopped. Various groups are aware. Lakpu has no difficulty flying ahead until he is out of Universe Boat and back into Primal Universe. Within Boat, Luo Feng is exceptionally at ease. He is able to bring all pinnacle existences of Universe Ocean to their wits' end. Such sense of satisfaction is simply unbeatable. A voice transmission is directed to Boat via godly power. Luo Feng. Luo Feng, who is in control of Boat, obviously knows. I am North True Star Master representing East Emperor Ancestor, and I would like to suggest a deal. Luo Feng thinks a deal. East Emperor Ancestor, thoughts spring up in his mind. In faraway corner of Flame Ice region, Faintly, time and space were contorted. This contorted space concealed a green mountain. Sitting mountain guest looks afar with smile. Pulse of Duan Dong River truly worthy of reputation. Previous Duan Dong River remodeled boat to make it so powerful, seems like I was overly worried. I would really love to take a look at inheritance of Duan Dong River Pulse. There should be much information on how Pulse went about refining treasures. After all, this was one of pinnacle inheritances. It was just that under willpower of primal universe. Even for this disciple of mine, he may not know truly profound part of Duan Dong River Pulse. Sitting mountain guest gently shakes head. Soon after this contorted space and time resumes normality, sitting mountain guest had secretly left the scene.